girl. And Nash answers, I'm just a kid.
But kids can be boys or
They can be boys or girls. Yeah.
Or maybe non-binary.
Yeah.
Hey, Shalom, giving all praise unto Yahweh Shema Shabbat Shema Kohakodasha, double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone. I know you brothers that be pushing this truth in sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. So, you just seen the video right there, and I'm gonna go straight into the scriptures. I'm not gonna say too much on it. You should be able to formulate opinion based upon this channel as to what my opinion is, so that the video doesn't get a strike or anything. But if we go straight into the scriptures, you'll be able to piece it together. So Jeremiah 51:7, it says, Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand. And we understand from the scriptures that America is indeed Babylon. When we read the book of Revelations, the 17th chapter, Revelations, the 11th chapter, Isaiah, the 13th chapter, Isaiah, the 14th chapter, when we go into these different scriptures, we understand that America is indeed Babylon, and especially the book of Psalms, the 137th chapter, and around about the 7th verse, where it speaks about the daughter of Edom, rather more the daughter of Babylon being Edom. And we piece the whole puzzle together. The book of 2nd Ezra, the 6th chapter and the 9th verse, Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. We understand indeed that Esau is the one that's in control of the world right now, because it was part of his birthright to have the control of the world for a certain amount of time. But the Most High put the spirit within him of the wicked, and the wicked was going to be in rulership. The daughter of Babylon was going to be likened unto Babylon and was going to go after all the works of the ancient Babylon, or the Babylonians, right? So here we have a situation where the confusion, which that's what the word Babylon means, confusion has gone throughout the world, and it's perpetuated by what? By America, through the media, through the entertainment industry, and basically through every facet of life, they bring forth confusion, right? Confusion being, here's a way, here's how and what you're supposed to be doing, and Esau's going completely against the grain of the fabric of life, and they love to have it so right down onto the children, like we've just exhibited on that quick video that we just watched. Jeremiah 51, and really we can start from the 6th verse. Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul, that ye may not be cut off in our iniquities. And a good scripture that goes hand in hand with that is, love not the world, neither the things that are within the world, because all that's within the world is going to bring forth destruction. And that doesn't mean to say you pack a bag and you go out there and you charter a fight out there and live amongst the Israelis. That's not what the scripture says, and that's not what the scripture means when it says flee out of the midst of Babylon. Flee means to take your mind out of this society, man. All right, your mind ain't supposed to be within this society. Okay. Okay. Hopefully that's all right. Hopefully she doesn't send too many more messages. But that's not what the scripture says, right? That's not what the scripture really means. All right, the scripture says you're supposed to have your heart out of this society. Set your minds on the things that are for the future, right? Set your things, set your mind upon Yahweh returning and destroying this place, because the Most High doesn't want to, see wickedness and, all of this craziness that's happening out here, man. The Most High ain't trying to behold that. It angers the Most High. You read the book of Amos, the 9th chapter, and the 8th verse, it says, the eyes of the Lord power are upon the sinful kingdom. So he's got the angels recording every day, and every day is a bad record. All right, this is what's happening out here. This is what's happening on the earth. This is what's happening on the earth. And this place is supposed to be like an Eden. It's supposed to be beautiful. Right, so the Most High is going to have it to where this kingdom is going to have to be destroyed, destructured. And he's going to set up a righteous kingdom within it. So you're supposed to really be looking for and hasting unto those coming on that being set up. Not having a plan to be in here, but be in this society for the next 10 years. Right, the next 5 years, the next 2 years. So flee out the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul, that ye may not be cut off in our iniquities. For this time the Lord's vengeance, he will render a recompense. Okay? And the main thing that Esau did was put the Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans into hardcore captivity. The Most High said he was going to return that back onto the red Hebrew Edomite. Continuing, it says, Babylon has been a golden cup within the Lord's hand and has made all the earth drunken. And the nations are being drunk enough of wine, therefore the nations are mad. And what we're seeing and what we just observed is kind of crazy, man. That's crazy. And then the scripture says Babylon is suddenly taken. Now, it's not suddenly for us because we're circumspect and we watch the scriptures and we read the scriptures and we understand if any nation was going to exist within the world and do everything that we've seen thus far, indeed they would have to be destroyed. Babylon is suddenly taken, is fallen and destroyed. Halt for her, take balm for her, if she may be healed. Right? It would have healed Babylon, but she's not healed. Forsake her. Let every man go into his country, for our judgment reaches unto heaven. And that parallels with the book of Revelations, the 18th chapter, when they shall see the smoke of her burning. And rightfully so. So hopefully that was of edification. With that, I'm going to say, oh, praise unto Yahweh Shema Shai, Bashim Hakodash. Shalom.